Rosh Chodesh Tishrei is obviously naturally Rosh Hashanah. It's going to mark the Hilula of a famous Rabbi Rabbi Rachamim Ben Amara, Zecher Tzadik Libracha. He was actually born in English year 1914, and he passed away on the 1st of Tishrei. Naturally, that was the 18th of September in the year 2001, right towards the start of the 21st century. He was a great rabbi in Maazagan, a place we've spoken about on various occasions before. He'd gone to become a דיין, a judge in Casablanca, and the rabbi of the, is Jerusalem neighborhood, Kiryat Mנחem, a place we visited on this channel before, and we've traveled in. Also the Ir Ganim in Yerushalayim. Ir Ganim, another famous place over there, respectively. Let's explore a few of the highlights of the great rabbi's life. Now, he was born in an area called Meknes in Morocco, and he came from great rabbinic auspices. His father's name was Rab Baruch, and his mother's name was Rabbanit Rivka. I believe she actually came, Rabbanit Rivka, from the Berdugo family, famous rabbinic dynasty over there, which we've spoken about many great rabbis from this great Berdugo family in of itself. Now, while he was young, he would learn under the auspices of Rav Shlomo Toledano, very, very great amount of Torah, and then later on, he would learn in yeshiva of Harav Yedidia and Rabbi Habib Toledano, other great rabbis, and also, I think, of the yeshiva of Rav Moshe Deri. I'm not sure if the yeshivot were the same or connected together, so on and so forth. Then he would go on and learn for, I think, 4 years in yeshiva, I think, with various different Talmidei Chachamim, I think, which was under auspices of another famous rabbi we've spoken about before, Rabbi Yitzchak Sabag. He himself happens to have been a דיין, a Rosh Yeshiva, one of the great rabbis of his time, and actually, we spoke about his Hilula was on the 8th of Tebet. I believe we recorded a video about him at that period of time. I actually remember when we recorded the video very well. He actually passed away on the 5th of January 1971. Rabbi Yitzchak Sabag did, and he was, I think he was great rabbi of Tirat Carmel also, and was very much had many great Talmidim. Rav Sabag did, including Rav Gad Navon, Rav Moshe Vizgan, Rav Shimon Swisser, Rav Shalom Meshash, so on and so forth. So we're really talking about rabbis of the great caliber in of itself. So he would learn under Rav Yitzchak's auspices, and then I think he would move on and be part of yeshiva that was once again very much connected now to Rav Shalom Meshash. Rav Shalom Meshash was also obviously a prominent rabbi in Casablanca. He was a chief rabbi of Morocco. I believe a chief Sephardi rabbi of Jerusalem for 25 years. Now, come what the Tav Shin Tet Zayin, he was appointed, I think, to become a rabbi in Maazagan. Once again, this was there was other great rabbis there at that point in time, including I think Rav Shlomo HaKohen, Skali Azagori, another great rabbi we've spoken about before. And it's just like incredible just to mention these rabbis we've spoken about on so many occasions. Also, I think Rabbi Azugari would actually retire at that point in time. He will take on that role. Now, he progressed even further. You can see he really was well traveled. I think after nearly a year period of time, he was appointed a judge in Casablanca. I think in the Bet Din of Rabbi Shalom Meshash. Once again, he'll be reunited, Rav Shalom Meshash. And there was other great rabbis there, including Rabbi Moshe Malka, another great rabbi who was very much one of the famous rabbis of Casablanca of his day, and the chief rabbi of Petach Tikva, who would go on to become, and part of the Moatzot, Rabbanot Harashit. Another rabbi he was working with inside this Bet Din was a famous Rabbi Yitzchak Chazan, who was a great Posek Halacha. He was a judge himself in a Bet Din and head of Jewish courts, I think, in Haifa. So many of the great rabbis from Morocco will end up actually going to Eretz Yisrael and having premium positions. Now, another rabbi he was part of the Bet Din was Rav Chaim Raphael Shoshana. Also another rabbi, a historian, a poet, and just with a lot of rabbinic brilliance over there. It's actually interesting. I think he would be dealing with and preparing various different books to be published, I believe. And that we have to point out also. I think there was some sort of connection. I'll state what it actually says over here. It says, Asak ben heter achanat sefarim ledvos, vishtadel bitvasat sefer Mata Aaron. There was a book, Mata Aaron. It was very much part of publishing it. Shel Rabbi Aaron Chassin. He was another great rabbi. I think we actually spoke about Rabbi Chassin before, or on various occasions before. He would also, so he was the author of this great book, Mata Aaron. And Sefer Keren LeDavid of Rabbi David HaKohen Skali. Remember, Rav David Kohen, we actually recorded a video on the famous Skali rabbinic dynasty, the family in itself. He passed away in the year 1949. He was one of the great Moroccan rabbis, without a doubt, in the last 200 years, and was very much, I believe, connected within regards to that book. He was living very much at the time. He was when Rav Scali passed away. He was about 35 years of age. Now, I think come what the year, Hey Tavshin Lamed Hey, he would actually of Kiryat Menachem, very prominent position, and Ganim Yerushalayim. I think this would be basically for a long period of time. And this was been until he would actually reach retirement age of Medinat Israel history. Now, he passed away, I believe, in Jerusalem on the 1st of Tishrei, back in Hey Tav. Yeah, so the book that he actually published was called Abat Rachamim, which was in his memory. I'd assume that would actually feature very much different teachings of his. Now, we have to point out, he was over there. And especially in Morocco, there was a lot of people that were really into helping people move back to Eretz Israel. In Morocco, I think he would be working, I think, for the Maf'al Hatzioni over there. And it's actually quoted, Mitoch chibat haaretz, hayiti masu lekol inyanei hatzionit, b'keren kayemet l'Yisrael, I think, Kuf Lamed, he would talk about that. I think, Hey Tafshin Yud Aleph, it would. He would also, if I'm not mistaken, he would continue more Zionistic. Hodot li perlatzot hatzinot shal לו אנשי קרן קיימת לישראל אתרוג מארץ ישראל. רבי רחמים מעניק את האתרוג לרבי יוסף משאש. He wrote various different great Torah books. We're going to explore some of the highlights of his books in due course. One of them was called the Le'et Matzot, which is in 2 books. It was various different drashot sermons. The Teshuat Tzadikim, which is a praising of the great rabbis and their sermons with Talmidei Chachamim. Another book was Madrich Le'orchot Chaim B'Mishpacha. This is sermons from Smachot, let's just say from Ma'agala Chaim, as they state over. So there are some great books. We're going to explore some of the highlights of the books in due course that we've got to speak about. He was very, very much a great rabbi, as you can see over here. And it did say somewhere else he was actually maybe born in the year 1904. So according to one opinion, I see it was 1914. Maybe it was in 1904. So we'll have to double check that over there. And yeah, so very, very famous family. You can see all the various different positions he had at that stage in time. I think it was actually in the year 1965 he would actually move to Eretz Israel at that point in time. So he was, I think he was living also when he initially came to Israel in the Beit Kerem neighborhood. Beit Kerem is an area we've visited on this channel on various occasions before. So he was working in the rabbinate, I think in official positions for about 25 years. And he answered a lot of various different great halachic questions over that point in time. I think he would establish a Mossad called Ezra Nizkakim. It was called Chesed V'Rachamim, Torah for Bali Batim, for people that have jobs over there. I think it was under the name Chadash Yemino, if I'm not mistaken. Chevrat Limud Tehillim B'Shem Tehillah LeDavid. There was also a Tehillim group, also very much connected to him also. He passed away in 2001 and was buried in Jerusalem. Let's explore a few of the highlights from his book. Now I'm using some of the notes from the Hayami website. One of the teachings actually says over there, I think in Chelek Aleph of the... Okay, so yes, that's a teaching. Another teaching from the first chelek of another teaching. This comes from the first chelek of once again the Le'et Motza, I think page 57. This is one of the teachings. Another teaching. This yes. So, sorry, the connection keeps going. This was another teaching just from, I believe, page number also. So very, very interesting. It was a great book. It was great Moroccan, Israeli. Took on various different during his time period, he was taking on various different important positions all throughout Eretz Israel, all throughout Morocco. Now, friends, we are a community here, learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. If you descend from any of the great Rachamim we are speaking about, please send me an email. I would love to hear more information on the rabbis you might descend from. If you feel anyone is interested in watching any of these videos, please share these videos, friends, with other people. We are approaching this without you, so please join the channel, join the community, and just don't record videos only on great Sephardi Rabbanim of yesteryear. We also do tours all over Israel. We record a daily Daf Yomi tidbit. Let's just say we do trips. We work hard. We're really trying to achieve huge amounts and great stuff. So I think on that note, I'm wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom. Take care, and thank you everyone for watching the video. And don't forget to subscribe also to the channel. And wishing you a Shabbat Shalom. We're coming into Shabbat Parashat Nitzavim, and it's the last Shabbat of the year, because naturally it's going to be Rosh Hashanah. So please also enjoy the video. We're going to record some videos within regards to Rosh Hashanah also in due course. And I've got a lot of other content for you fantastic people out there to watch over and to enjoy. So on that note, Shabbat Shalom, take care, and thank you for spending time to watch.